board right above it.
Okay, so you want the box, this box. Okay, so
There's up the box.
got it right there, but you want to have it sticking out so the cover will fit over the molding.
Well, this is all coming off. I gotta have John get me a piece of lath and I'm putting it over.
Okay, so we're gonna need a 2x4 to bring it out. So a piece of 2x4 somewhere.
That I don't have.
Or can we put it over here? Right here will be good. Will be perfect right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for one, I was actually going to eat my food after I got done doing all this.
Whoops, this is going to be too short then.
What do you mean?
This splice is going to be too short to go in the box. Well, it'll be just barely. It'll be perfect. It'll be a little short. Okay.
Probably right in your video feed, aren't I?
Yeah. Okay, so we have the splice. This splice was buried in the wall, wasn't it?
Yep.
So we're going to take these off here. See, they just pop off like that. There, we got that out of the wall there. Got rid of our buried splice. And we will put this wire into our box up here. So we gotta get that yellow jacket down into our box here just a bit. Okay, just barely long enough, but it went in. Okay, in. So it is. Oh, you're in my camera feed.
You pull it a little bit more.
Okay.
You may have to pull from like the top.
Okay, that's as best as it's gonna be. Okay, so now we're gonna take this single switch and move it over here. So we'll unscrew it from the box here. That's gonna be long enough to go in. Can you look in the camera, see if it's centered and looks good?
Yeah, you're good.
So I'll wire from the switch here. Okay. You drilling a hole up for us?
That's what I'm thinking he's trying to do.
Doesn't sound like it though.
I'm gonna walk right in front of your video for a minute and down and find out what's he doing there, right?
Okay. Now our debris off here like this. for wire into our box. Here, open this up. And get our wire into our box here.
Coming back to.
Okay.
I can't get Newell to answer.
Mm.
Hey!
It's right there. I just saw the drill come off through the floor.
Okay.
Yo! Got it. You can't go more over towards your right,
Okay, so we'll hook our switch back up.
huh? You can't get over more going that way. Yeah. Know what? Don't even worry about it. Leave it right there. Yeah.
Here we go, tighten her.
I said I knew you were black. You weren't white.
Hey, Noel, I got a question for you. Kind of thirsty? What? Yeah, he's right here. Hold on. You want to use this? Or are you going to run right off the other one?
Well, I want to run straight, run right up to the outlet here.
Alright. So if you want, stay up here. I'll go down and start feeding that wire to Noel.
Okay, so we got our
Noel,
switch
meet me
up
back over at the pipe. Honey, you just want to stay over by that hole and keep an eye on the wire coming up.
Yeah. Oh, quit your bitching. Nothing but dirt. You gotta watch it for that gate if it's not latched.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cats get on it, it does swing at you.
Yeah.
If you want, you can latch it so it don't come back at you.
Okay.
The what in the butt?
So he's pulling out some nails. When I run the new wire up, there's nothing in the way. Okay, so we have a little problem here. These wires are kind of short, and we're going to be pigtailing to an outlet here. So we have these push-in connectors here. We're going to put our ground wire in. We're going to push. We're going to get our copper up to the top here. Then we will go back into our box. And we'll get our ground wire, which is really short here, but we got to make sure our end is nice and straight so that we get a good contact here. So we're going to use our pliers. We're going to straighten that ground wire out like that. And we will go back in here with this. It doesn't matter which hole I go into. Push. See, I'll push it in.
Oh, no, this is another reason why a lot of people use it.
Right.
Because you can add on. Say you want to add another plug on or switch somewhere. Another
Yep.
2 plugs, you can jump right onto it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to lengthen our black wire. We're going to see how long we got to strip it here. So you want to make sure you get the insulation up into the bottom of the connector here. So I'm going to, okay, so see how I get the yellow up inside the connector here, and the copper will go up to the top and the insulation will go up into the yellow part. That's what you want. So you just take it like this. I'll feel the little barb, push. I see the copper come up to the top and the insulation is inside. So I'll hold it up on this black wire and I will see that this one is stripped way too long. So I am going to have to cut this back some, because you don't want any copper sticking out behind this connector. So I'm going to take, go in, okay, I'll look at the top here, make sure my insulation is in the connector and my copper is up at the top where I can see it coming through. Okay, I see the copper up at the top here, so it's all the way through. Let's see your flashlight.
I don't know where to set that. Oh.
Okay, the copper's in the top. Copper's in the top. I'm going to look at my 2 ground wires, make sure the copper is up through all the way, and it is. So we got our blacks done.
I got the flashlight now.
Alrighty, so we'll fold our black ones back in the box here. And when we put our, we're going to be hooking into this box, and we'll put them in here with these wires when we are ready. So we will clip this white one back a little bit. It's a little too long. So, yes, I'm going to have to clip a little off of that here. On October 5th, they're having an open mic over at the Bella Vita. Are you going to go? D-Dub is going to be playing.
I think that's what me and her were talking about was going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, make sure it's long enough. I put it in here. Push it in. I felt that barb go over the wire. I see the copper up at the top, and I'll take my tail of white wire here. Okay, I got a nice piece here. I'm going to see if it's not, make sure it's not too short. Okay, it's going to be a nice length there. So I'll go in here. I feel the little barb, and I see some copper behind it, so I push it in. I make sure my copper is up at the top on both wires. Now we're going to bring our other wire in here, and we'll hook them onto this, and we'll hook them to our outlet. So we'll get our outlet out, and we'll hook that up. So, here in the country I was born in, black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground, red and blue are also live colors, black goes on the brass screw with the narrow slot, white goes on the silver screw with the wider slot, and the bare or the green goes on that ground screw. Is he getting the wire up through the hole yet?
He's probably fixed it. Probably messing with it around in the basement so we can get around it.
Okay, so we'll start with our ground wire. Loop it, make it loop the direction that our screw turns.
And when you're done in there, you have to come back here because I'm going to need your drill. You can go fuck yourself, bitch. Oh, I hate you so much, Noel.
Okay, now we make a loop in our white wire the direction that our screw turns. Like that. Put on the silver screw.
Alright, you're good. You can come out.
Okay, we got a nice connection here. Turn it on, we'll get our black on the brass colored screw here.
Good?
Okay, and I'll bring the camera up close and I'll show you.
Alright, get your ass up here.
But if you angle it over, you get it in between the studs over here. So if you angle it that way, you get through into the studs over here. See what I'm saying? If you make an angle.
Alright. There's a little green box up on top of that shelf.
Yeah.
You want to hand that here?
Yeah.
I'm going to sort this easier. Too much of an angle with that one. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, I see a nail here you're gonna hit, so pull this out. There's a nail here. That will ruin you a bit once you hit a nail, you know.
You got it? Well, pray to God, I just did this right. Huh?
Looks like you're in. Let's see your little flashlight.
No, we're doing it. Right there.
Yeah, I'll tell you when you're through.
I really went fucking too much of it at an angle.
Your angle looks good.
Huh?
Your angle looks good. That's a perfect angle. You're gonna get right into between the studs there.
Nope, I already hit something solid.
No, I saw the bit. It was like right just below this insulation.
Okay.
I feel the hole right there.
So,
Felt the hole, huh?
alright.
Okay, now you might want to come over here, see where the bit is, then drill over to the hole that way.
Yeah. Okay. God damn. So, what's that flashlight? Oh, no, I got a pencil. I got a screw. That'll work.
You kind of see how far back it is and just estimate where it is. Get you.
That's not gonna work.
Now, if you use a bigger bit, it'll be easier to go through.
Yeah. The only problem I'm having is I don't have a fat bit the size I need.
So what he's doing is making a pilot hole. Mm-hmm.
should be good.
Okay.
Before I feed the right wire through, I'm gonna feed this one first, just to make sure. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Now, if you drill that hole with a bigger bit, you have a wider bit,
Yeah. Let's see that one.
okay, and then kind of wiggle it around so it'll make it a little bit.
Come on. Problem is, I'm catching that board. So.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll reach in here with this and kind of work it over. So you might want to feed the right wire through,
Yep.
because once,
That's why I wanted to feed that one.
just to see if it's going to work.
That was a problem.
That's why I'll go behind it with this and push it over.
Alright, I'm in there.
So I'll use this. Okay. Okay, let's see. Now take this gate off. Let's see your flashlight again.
Alright, it's through that one. So hold that.
Okay. Okay, bring it back. Okay, I'm gonna reach back in there with this. Okay.
You know what, I got an idea. You got your cutters on you?
Like feed back and pull it like over.
Yes.
Use these damaged wire.
Yeah. Alright, you got that breaker off, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the new breaker. Okay.
I gotta strip this side down a little bit.
No, don't.
No?
Don't take it out. I'm gonna shape a bend here and push it in the hole. And shine the light in there. Okay, now get this back here. Okay, now push. Try again. Okay, I'll go under like this. A stiffer wire like a coat hanger would be better if you had a coat
That
hanger.
I don't have.
Okay.
You got a flathead on you?
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna pause the camera a little bit.
Go ahead.
Oh, there wasn't much wire left, wasn't there?
No, not really.
So it was about 100 feet.
Yeah.
Excuse me. cut some of the flooring out and put it down underneath.
Yeah.
So let's leave some slack there so you have some room to work with that.
I want to pull a little bit more just so I have.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause the camera and I'll bring it up and hook it up. Alright, so we will I got some staples here. I'll bring the wire up. I'll go into the box. I'll give it about this much here.
I'm gonna steal one of those staples up right now. Temporary hold. There. Much rather have temporary hold instead of somebody walking on it.
Yeah. And then they make, since this hole is not 1.25 inches back, we have to put like a nail plate on it so that it doesn't get hit with a staple or with a sheetrock screw. See what I'm saying? Okay, the hammer.
Here. That's my mark. I'm not worried about a nail plate in there.
Well, it's code, has to have the nail plate.
Okay.
Because if a sheetrock screw hits it, it can short out and start a fire.
Yeah.
Okay, pull the slack back.
That's I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna have just what we have.
Okay. You gotta make sure the staples are back at least 1.25 inches as I'm stapling. That way everything is up to code. Alright now. I'll hook this up.
The staple because that's fucking sticking right up right there. And I don't want that.
Strip the end of there.
There's that for you.
Okay. How's the picture look?
Good.
Okay, make sure you don't bump the camera.
Yeah, I didn't. I thought I headed away far enough. That was my fault.
Okay, so pull this back. All the debris out. And we will hook that black and white up. Although it has opened this up. Okay. Now I'll just bring this back a little bit. Okay, now we got to get our wires hooked up into our connectors here. We have our ground, which we got to get in the ground connection here. So you got to, it's back a ways, so it's going to be a little tricky. So I'll make a loop like this. I'll get up in the back here behind it. Because these wires are so short. make sure it's in all the way. There we are set there. Now we can hook our white and our black up. We can either put it on the side of the outlet or we could put it in the Wago type connector here. So we will strip a little bit off, we'll pigtail it, put it into our Wago connector here. So I'm not sure if these are Wago or Ideal, but they both work the same way. So I will make sure our wires are nice and straight when I put them in. Okay, so I'll start with my black first. I'll make sure it's not too long. Okay, that is a little long, so I will take, I'll just clip a little bit off here. Okay, we'll make sure our end is nice and straight. I'm in a hole there. Okay, I feel it going in. Feel it going in. Nice, good. It's short, so you gotta fight. I can't grip it. That's the problem. Okay, now it's in. Okay, so I see 1, 2, 3. So all our blacks are in the connector here. Okay. Okay, I got all our blacks in here. Alright, now we get our white. Make sure it's not too long. It is slightly long, so I'm going to take just a tiny little smidgen off here. Okay. Okay, gotta make sure. Our whites are up in. So I'll bring the camera up close so you can see it. Do you have the screw gun with the battery to screw this in? Okay, so I'll fold this ground wire so it stays.
That I don't have the bit for.
You don't?
It's in my other one.
We'll push our wires into the box. I'll make sure our ground wire stays down away from everything here. Do you think you'll watch this picture?
I'll probably watch it tomorrow. I know after all this, I'm gonna go upstairs and crash.
So you'll sheetrock this wall here and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think this should all meet code?
Yeah.
You know how to put a cover on after the sheetrock's up, right?
Yep. Before we turn that breaker on, I'll cap those wires off outside.
I capped the black one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, probably in the morning I'll get the siding pulled out so I can put that piece on.
Okay, the ground wire is down away from everything, and everything looks good. So that is how to rewire where there was a bare, or not a bare splice, but an open splice in the wall, and we hooked it up to a direct line to the breaker box. So we have this living outlet and an outside outlet with a GFI receptacle in it on one circuit, and then this is a separate circuit for the living room light, and there's an outside light on this circuit, so we have a nice separate circuit for that. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare and the green is the ground, red and blue is also live colors. White may be live in a 220 40 volt circuit where there is a neutral required, and also in a switch loop such as this switch here. Peace. Thanks for watching. Alrighty.